That video I just did about Carla, I don't know why it was so important for me to post this, but it is. This whole narrative about how you're sexualizing children and you're doing all this kind of stuff, and how they can, like, if they're gay, they can learn they're gay later on and stuff like that. This could have went a different way. There's people out here who take their own lives because of confusion. And people will say, like, well, why is there pride? Why do we have these events and run around no clothes on and all this? And it's like, and I don't really agree with that. I don't really agree with the thing I've seen, but it's because somebody somewhere right now is planning out their own death. It may not be tonight. It may not be tomorrow. Maybe a month from now. Maybe a year from now. Maybe multiple years. But someone has planned out how they're going to die, whether it be by gun, poison, varied other methods of doing this, because they think the world would be a better place, but they're not in it because they're gay. And that's why there's pride. I know that MAGA, I know that the right, has this narrative they push forward because they're talking about people without people in the room. That's how it works. They're talking about black people without black, talking about gay people without gay people. That's how it works. I get it. I get it. And I broke down crying because you look at it, people that do that, and it's why not just try again tomorrow? Why not just go tell somebody? Why not get help? What's this need to rush to grasp a temporary solution, a permanent solution to a temporary problem? Why do you need to do that? And take yourself away from your family, from your children, from the people you work with and the people you love. Some of them may admire you. Some of them may actually have a respect for you. But because of the brainwashing and because you haven't had a chance to be you, you take your own life. When you could have just talked to somebody, got help, took counseling, take a day, take a week off, whatever. But instead take their life. And so to me, that lady being comfortable with her husband to tell him how she feels, and he was willing to work with her, and she didn't cheat on him or harm herself out of that. Because that's where this goes. When you live a lie, this is what happens, is you will eventually be like this. And now you're in your 50s. This is American Beauty. That movie, American Beauty. You're 50 years old, and now you want to quit your job to go work at a gas station or restaurant, fast food restaurant. You want to get a convertible. This is that, because you've lived your life a lie. And you know it. Even if everybody around you was fooled, you know it. And the worst case is you harm yourself. And it just I don't know why they hit me. I don't know why it was so important to post this. But if you're feeling like that, get help. Don't let your feelings take you away from the people that love you the most.